Okay, picture this. You wait weeks for an RMB appointment, you finally get to the front of the line, and bam, you're turned away because of one single missing piece of paper? So frustrating, right? Well, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're making absolutely sure that never happens to you by completely demystifying how to get your Massachusetts birth certificate online. Let's get right into it.
First things first, we've got to bust a major myth. You know that super cute certificate your parents brought home from the hospital? The one with your tiny little ink footprints on it? I really hate to be the bearer of bad news here because it's a great keepsake, but that is literally just a commemorative piece of paper. It is not a legal document. There is absolutely no way a passport office, the RMV, or the Social Security Administration will accept it. They will reject it on the spot. What you actually need is an official government-issued certified copy, and that is exactly what we're going to help you secure today.
So, here's our roadmap for The Explainer. We're going to cover why you need it, are you eligible, gathering information, the online process, costs and timelines, and we'll wrap up with troubleshooting and FAQs.
Starting off with Section 1, Why You Need It, Understanding the Importance. Now, you might be wondering why this is such a big deal. Well, there are just so many everyday scenarios that absolutely demand a state-certified vital record. We're not just talking about genealogy research here. You literally need this document for U.S. passport applications, claiming Social Security benefits, school enrollment, and dual citizenship. Oh, and here's a really big one right now. Real ID compliance. If you've ever dealt with the Mass RMV, you know they do not mess around. To get your real ID, your birth certificate must be an original certified document. Photocopies? Toss them out. And whatever you do, please do not laminate it. Laminated copies are automatically rejected. Plus, your current legal name needs to connect back to this certificate, but don't worry, we'll talk about how to handle name changes a little later on.
Moving right along to Section 2, Are You Eligible? Navigating Record Complexity.
Okay, so here is the real plot twist when it comes to Massachusetts vital records. Basically, most birth records in the state are completely public, meaning if the parents were legally married at the time of birth, pretty much anyone can order a copy. But Massachusetts general law fiercely protects the privacy of unmarried parents and adopted individuals. So if the parents were unmarried at the time of birth, or if an adoption happened, that record is legally impounded. It becomes what's called a restricted record, which means it is absolutely off-limits to the general public.
So who actually gets to access a restricted record? Well, it's strictly limited. It's only available to the individual named on the record, the birth parents listed on it, legal guardians with official court documentation, or someone who has a very specific order from a Massachusetts probate and family court. If you fall into one of those buckets and you need a restricted record, you've got to be ready to prove exactly who you are. You're always going to need to provide a valid government-issued photo ID, like your driver's license or passport, just to get access to these files.
All right, Section 3, Gathering Your Information. Preparation before you click.
Think of this as your essential pre-flight checklist. To make sure the registry or the town clerk can actually find the right file in their massive archives, you absolutely need to have this info ready to go. You need the subject's full legal name, exactly as it appears on the birth certificate, the exact date of birth, the specific Massachusetts city or town where the birth happened, and the full names of both parents. And hey, this is crucial, that includes the mother's maiden name. Having these details perfectly accurate makes sure you aren't paying for a search that comes up empty. And like we just talked about, if you're requesting one of those restricted records, make sure you have a clear photocopy or a digital scan of your valid ID saved on your computer or phone before you start.
On to Section 4, the online process, step-by-step walkthrough.
Let's break this whole bureaucratic process down into 4 super easy steps. Step 1, you'll pick your portal. You can use the state's authorized vendor, which is called VitalCheck, or you can use a specific town's local UniPay portal, or even a professional third-party retrieval service like MassDoc. Step 2, enter all those checklist details we just talked about and be accurate. Step 3 is identity validation. A lot of these portals use automated electronic verification, meaning they check databases like LexisNexis against your public records to confirm you are who you say you are. If that automated system can't verify you, or, again, if you're ordering a restricted record, this is the exact moment where you'll upload that photo ID. And finally, Step 4, submit your electronic payment. Boom, done.
Section 5, Costs and Timelines. Navigating Fees and Shipping.
Okay, let's talk money and time. Ordering a state-certified copy through the state portal via VitalCheck will cost you around $54 for the first copy, plus shipping, and usually takes about 7 to 10 business days.
Now, you might glance at the town or city clerk option and think, hold on, $10 to $20? That's way cheaper. And you're totally right, it is. But keep two things in mind here. First, local municipal portals often tack on varying credit card convenience fees, and sometimes they have pretty high minimums. Second, and honestly more importantly, state-certified copies from the central registry come with enhanced security features. We're talking an embossed state seal, a watermark, and a digital tracking barcode. Because of those specific features, state copies are universally accepted by all federal and state agencies. Meanwhile, some strict consulates or passport offices might actually give a basic town-issued copy a hard time. Finally, third-party professional services sit right in the middle, managing the whole shebang for anywhere from $45 to $75.
Almost there. Section 6, Troubleshooting and FAQs. Resolving common roadblocks.
First up in our FAQs is a piece of legal jargon that confuses a lot of folks, the apostille. If you need your birth certificate for something international, like you're applying for dual citizenship, getting married abroad, or securing a foreign work visa, you're gonna need this. An apostille is just a special authentication issued by the Massachusetts Secretary of the Commonwealth. It basically proves to the world that your document is real under an international treaty called the Hague Convention. It'll cost you an extra state fee, currently around $6. And keep in mind, it is a completely separate piece of paper that gets permanently attached to your certified birth certificate, not just a stamp printed on it.
Now here's a really fantastic question that trips a ton of people up. What if you got married or legally changed your name and your current driver's license doesn't match your birth certificate anymore? Don't panic. A legal name change later in life does not retroactively amend your original birth record. Your birth certificate is what we call a point-in-time document. It just shows who you were the day you were born. All you have to do is bring supporting documents like a certified marriage certificate or your court-ordered name change decree right along with your birth certificate. That just connects the dots for whatever agency you're dealing with.
And what about the genealogy buffs out there? Or maybe those of you handling a complex legal estate? You might actually need a truly historical record. Here is the catch. If the birth took place between 1841 and 1935, you cannot order a certified copy through any of these standard online portals. Those older records have actually been moved over to the Massachusetts State Archives. So, to get a certified copy of those, you have to submit a specific form by mail or email, and you've got to pay with a physical check or a money order. No credit cards allowed. It is a completely offline payment process. So yeah, it's time to dust off the old checkbook.
Before we officially wrap up, I do want to leave you with a quick professional disclaimer. Bureaucracies, as we all know, are always evolving. While this explainer completely breaks down the structure and rules of the Massachusetts Vital Records System, things like government fees, specific portal policies, and processing times can, and absolutely do, change. So always take a quick second to verify the final details directly with official Massachusetts state or municipal websites right before you submit your payment. So, are you ready to cut through the red tape and secure your vital records today? You now have all the knowledge you need to navigate public versus restricted records, gather the exact right info, and secure the precise certified copy you need. But it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? If that adorable hospital footprint certificate is just a keepsake, what other quote-unquote official documents are sitting in your filing cabinet right now that would be completely rejected when you need them most? Definitely go check your records, take action today, and we'll see you next time on The Explainer.